Hi everyone, my name is Batty. I've been playing the game since 2012 and I fully invested in 2014. I'm an officer of Dasanfall and a member in other clans, most notably Blop on Emerald TR and ISNC on Connery VS. A lot of what I'm going to say in this video includes many of my own opinions of the game. It should not be taken as if the Pope himself said to do it. These are just many of my observations and experiences with the game over the years. Please enjoy. Playing Planetside 2 in a group setting is quite a great experience. With a small squad of highly intelligent and skilled players, it's fun to beat the odds, protect or attack points with underpop, and come out as the victor, and even get some good vehicle game on. But what about when your group isn't online? If your outfit suddenly decides to begin playing a new game and you are the only one remaining for most of the sessions you could be online for? Can you still have as much fun, if not more fun, playing solo than you would playing with a group? Yes, you actually can, and here's some of my tips for having fun solo play. One of my number one tips that I like to give most players when they stop playing the game or have to play solo is focus on a class you enjoy the most. So for me, personally, I'm mainly a heavy assault, but I enjoy playing most if not all classes. Sometimes for an entire 4-hour session I'll just be a medic so I can use a terminus and have carapace and combat surge and implants with restoration kits and healing grenades for fun. But most of the time, regardless of group or solo play, I am a heavy assault main. This is because heavy assault has quite a bit of sustain, ammo, and varied gameplay. For instance, you need to take out an aircraft or a vehicle or a sunderer, you have a rocket launcher, decimator. If you need to mow down groups of players, you have 50 plus ammo mag LMGs, and if you need to get into dodgy 1v1s, you have an adrenaline shield with a mix of implants to keep you up and fighting. Heavy Assault is by far my most efficient class for farming XP, certs, and enemy infantry of the opposing factions. But what happens if you are not good at the game per se? You can barely break a 1KD, you lose most if not all of your 1v1 encounters, and you just cannot break through that plateau to the next level of FPS gameplay. Well, there are strategies you can employ to not only help you improve your aim and level of play, but also become a better infantry player as a whole. See, the game is not all about face tanking and running straight in and zerging. As a solo player, you cannot rely on your faction's medics or players to be around you at all times. This is where flanking and timing comes into play. See, timings have been around for years, and my first experience with timings began in Quake 3 Arena. Timing out the red armor, the mega pickups, became very important to controlling the map and winning duels. You don't need to have the best aim or the best mechanical FPS skills to win against better players. You need knowledge. Knowing that a group of 10 enemies that just died are about to respawn is key to knowing where to be at all times. Where will that spawn point be? Is it a sunderer, a router, a beacon? These are questions you need to ask yourself constantly. Otherwise, you will just be caught off guard, killed waiting again and again for respawns, and, once you begin actually drilling timings into your heads, it's time to understand flanking. Flanking is absolutely key to killing groups of 3 to 5 players at a time with ease. Knowing how to get around the majority of the Zerg and get behind them is the best way to get kills. This all comes in time. Instead of rushing a triple stack building that has like 50 billion NC maxes with Maddox, why don't you just, hop on LA, figure out a way onto the roof, maybe drop behind them at the double doors, or as a heavy assault, start climbing up, doing some wall jumps, getting behind them there as well. Flanking and timings are number one in developing great skills that can be brought game to game. Developing good muscle memory is another factor. Now, how do you break that rut, and how do you blossom as an FPS player? Sure, you may be a wood tier player in Overwatch or Call of Duty, farming players in those games and coming to Planetside expecting the same. This game is a different kind of beast. Not only do you have a netcode to fight with, but you also have people who just started playing Planetside, might be you, and people who go all the way back to Planetside 1. There is no skill-based matchmaking here, so if you run into those good players, you will have to fight and win, or lose and learn how you died, why you died. Coming up with excuses will continue down the road of either quitting or just accusating and becoming a toxic player. Instead of coming up with an excuse as to why you died, put the elitist brain aside and try to figure out why. Did I overextend? Did I get into a 1v3 expecting to win? How was my crosshair placement? These questions you continue to ask yourself will help you blossom as a player and recognize similar situations that before you would have just W'd into. And now you play cautiously and you come out the winner, and you're just farming. Recording your own gameplay and watching it back, and recording and watching back again will continue to help you grow as a player. Am I keeping a clean crosshair placement? Am I missing shots? Am I moving and messing up my own hitbox while keeping clean shots on the enemy? Self-analysis is absolutely key in any video game you are trying to get better in and trying to grow in. From speedrunning Dark Souls, to leveling in Path of Exile, to getting better in Quake, to fragging in Planetside, the core concepts stay the same, and the basics are rock solid. The only changes from game to game are mechanics and actual independent game knowledge of said game. Now, baddie, how do I aim better? Well, lucky for you, my boy Leroy Twizzlers actually has a complete video based on this entire subject. Please go into my description and watch his video, like right now. It's very important. It will change how you look at sensitivities and mouse setups and how players actually aim in many FPS games. How can you as a solo player continue improving and working towards more successful sessions after all the tips I've stated? Well, a great tool for this is actually knowing your baseline. Using PS2 FISU is a great way to figure out where you lie right now in terms of accuracy, headshot ratio, and KD. With those 3 baseline stats, you can then download the tool Recursion Stat Tracker to then track your sessions with an actively updated UI of your current session stats. Please don't focus on the stats too much during your session. However, it's really nice to see when you've improved your KD from like 0.9, it goes up to like a 1.5, a 2, or even a 3. And that's the same with accuracies and headshot ratios. You'll see this all in time. And don't be afraid to use community resources to your advantage, especially the Planetside 2 Discord. There's a mentor system that allows players to ask their questions, and infantry mentors will come and answer, be it someone wants a gameplay critiqued, someone has a question about how to strafe, and more of those community members will generally jump to help. The community is very strong and cares about players who actually want to improve, rather than complaining about why the Beetlejuice is OP. Another great way for developing skills is in a Jaeger game mode called Planetside Open Games, POG for short. If you join the Jaeger Events Discord, you can opt into POG and join pickups that happen every day, whenever the queue hits 12 players. 6v6 is a great way to learn and improve due to the elevated skills of players who show up there. Don't be ashamed to say where you stand gameplay-wise, and definitely continue asking for help along the way. And eventually in time, just like in school, you'll learn, you'll educate yourself on how to be a great solo player, and maybe you'll help players just as this video did in years to come. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. And I hope you guys have a great week. God bless. Thanks for watching.